back to the Brews and Reviews podcast. I'm Brenton.
This is Ryan.
And this is our show, 24 After 24. This show looks back at the show 24, the hit TV series that started in 2001. We're starting with season 1 and working our way through all the episodes. Right now, we're up to episode 17. What Crazy. We do is we do 3 episodes each time we sit down and talk about them. Have a little bit of a, well, not a little bit of a overview. We go into quite a bit of detail.
Yeah, I think we break this down.
Yeah, so
we can't help ourselves.
I think at the very start we were thinking, well, people can watch them as we watch them, but really you don't need to. You can just listen to our overviews and you'll be right up to speed.
In the car while you're stuck in traffic.
So this one is between the hours of 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. So we're getting through the day now. We're getting to the tail end.
Getting close to night time.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of this our episode, we'll be back into night time again. No more daytime for the rest of the show.
Oh, we will too.
Yeah.
Does it start? I can't even remember. Does the third episode start getting darker?
Yeah, well, it hits 7 p.m. by the end of it.
Yeah, maybe they're in daylight savings.
Oh, speaking of, how's
ends
tonight?
It's sort of good. It's way too dark in the morning at the moment.
Well, now the sun comes up. It's telling me here 6:32
tomorrow.
Yeah. We got 10 hours.
Fair enough. This hopefully won't go for 10 hours, but I mean, every week we've been going longer and longer. I think we're just hitting more and more detail. Although I think the last episode that I've edited looks like it's going to be a little bit shorter by a few minutes. Well, it was an hour and a half. We'll see what this one gets to.
I know my wife tells me, don't be home too late, please.
And every time?
Yep, it keeps getting later.
Yeah. So part of our Brews and Reviews podcast is that we obviously do our reviews of the show, but we also have a brew. So what we've been doing the last, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, this is the third week.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because I brought him in first time.
Mm-hmm. I got last
First time we started doing this. You did last week, so it's back to me again. And this week I've gone for yet another South Australian. There's just too many to choose from to go.
We have a lot here.
Yeah, we had the Bodriggy, which was a Victorian.
Yes.
Now, you're not going to be able to take... I don't know if it's these cans or if it's these stubby holders. Oh, yours is coming out.
I can't see it because the microphone's in my way.
Mine didn't come out. So this is a...
Haven't read it. I've got a 1.3 standard drink. Nice.
This is...
I like the feel. It's like sandpaper.
I was going to say, there's some sort of texture on the can.
Ooh.
I've not felt
a golden ale.
I picked this because I think it was in one of the first episodes we did. You said that golden ale was one of your favourites.
I've been looking for a golden ale.
This one is Swell Brewery. So this is McLaren Vale, just down south of where we are at the moment.
Not too far.
Yeah, they're golden ale. It's a great spot.
Passion fruit and pineapple aromas.
I thought right up your alley.
Love it.
We've been getting some good recording of these cracks. We've got to do them separately though, because there's a couple where I'm going to go first.
All right. Sounded good. Here we go. Ooh.
Both of them had that really good at the start.
Yours went for longer.
Yeah.
I pulled the trigger really quick. I could smell like the fruitiness straight away.
Oh, that's good. That's real nice. I don't usually go for a golden ale.
Oh, I love a golden ale.
Yeah, I can't say that I've drunk many.
I can't remember what... Yeah, I've had a few. I can't remember what golden ale I used to drink, though. But yeah, I do like a golden ale.
Yeah, that's delicious. So yeah, Swell Brewery is down in McLaren Vale. We've been there together, haven't we?
I think we went there for one of our mates' birthdays.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good spot.
Is that little shed? And we just,
no, it's the bigger one, the grass area out the front.
Don't know.
And they do big paddles. They've got quite a few beers on tap. They do food. I reckon you've been there. We had like a family day. All the friends got together with the kids and everything.
Sounds like it's something we would do. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, great spot. Good beer.
Yeah. Good.
I'm going to rate this one high. This is going to be 8.5, I reckon.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going up about 9.
Yeah, I didn't want to quite reach that 9 threshold yet. But
what are you going to be a 10 though?
I know. I was thinking that.
What's your favourite beer? We've already had that like a Peroni. What is it? No, what do you have?
Well, the first week
you grabbed something out of the fridge.
Yeah, I had a what was that one? Was that an amber ale? The Rogers Amber Ale.
See, I don't mind an amber ale.
That was good. No, I wouldn't. I don't know if I could even.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be when we bring the West in.
It's not gonna happen.
It's my turn next
maybe
week.
for the season finale.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, on to the first episode. So like we said, this is episode 17 of season 1.
Episode 7 for us? I think it was
Yeah,
7.
this is episode 7.
Crazy.
Again, it's gone very quick. This one sort of splits up a bit because a few of the people that have been going together are now going to separate. So both of our notes are a bit
you went different direction with your notes.
That's okay.
I'm going to put this out there
Figure it
straight away for the last episode. Didn't get around to note taking. And I was watching the episode as we came in tonight. So
That's okay. You had
Should be fun.
extenuating circumstances.
Should be fun. Sick kids. Love it.
All right. So I think we agree. We'll start with Terry.
Yeah. So we got Terry. Terry's getting in the car with the NCIS agent, which is not NCIS agent in this, but the actor. But she plays a girl called Tanya.
So Abby from NCIS, who is Tanya in 24. And Tanya wants to take Terry to hospital.
Yeah. And
obviously,
at this point we know Terry remembers nothing. She has amnesia.
No, she can't even remember her name, can she?
No.
I think that's how we ended the last episode, is that she didn't know her name. And
'cause she was stumbling off like that.
Yeah. So clearly some sort of trauma-related amnesia going on here.
Yeah. I got a comment in here and it says, Tanya says, "So you come from money." So Terry must have said something.
No, I think it was the way
wedding
she was
ring. No, it was the wedding ring.
Oh, that's right.
She had big bling bling on.
Yeah, but
at the same time,
I mean, I think they would do okay, but I don't think they're not shown to be super rich. It's a weird comment.
And then Terry remembers nobody.
No,
she's blankety blank.
So she's in Tanya's car, and Tanya says, "I'm going to drive you to the hospital." On the way there, Terry spots a restaurant.
That's right. Yeah,
and she knows nothing, but she recognizes the restaurant, and she's got a big desire to run inside. Yeah, and when she gets in, again, she's sort of wandering around thinking that she knows the place, and she's adamant that she needs to be there and that this is going to help her.
Yeah.
And someone recognizes her. I think one of the waiters recognizes her, that she's been there before.
Yeah. So, one of the waiters, recognizes her, but she's been going there with another bloke. Some doctor. Dr.
Parslow.
Yeah, that's right. We find out it's Dr. Parslow in the end.
Yeah. So
and then they're sort of standing there and she's like, "I'm going to stay. He might know something."
Yeah, because I think the waiter says that the manager is...
Oh, that's right. She waits for the manager to come in, who will be about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we know for a fact that she's going to be doing nothing for 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
Waiting for this manager to rock up.
And it was... I thought, okay, is Tanya going to stay with her? Is she going to be an ongoing character?
Yeah.
But no, she sort of lingered for a bit, and then she said, she gave her some money or something like that.
Gave her $10. And then Terry said something like, "Oh, when I will finally work out who I am,
I'll pay you back.
Yeah, I'll give you some money or something."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Here's $10 and just give me some money when you're done."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, you can pay me that and the $10 back."
Yeah, that's right.
Because you come from money. But she didn't have a long. Was NCIS around yet? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it was after.
No, so she's building up her portfolio.
Yeah.
But it was that other girl in the episode, with Jack in the construction site. She had a much longer.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like they sort of set up these side characters, and they make it feel like they're going to be characters that are going to stick around, and no.
But again, I guess we're watching it now, so we already know who she is.
True.
But then when we're watching it then, we're probably like,
okay. Who's this random?
Yeah, and then we'll be watching it and say, she did that one episode in 24.
That's it for a while. Like you said, because they've set up the fact she's going to be waiting there for 20 minutes for the manager to come in, quite a bit of time passes before he does come. So a lot's going on in the background. But
he turns up at the near the end of her part of this episode.
Yeah.
But Terry doesn't remember. I bet he says we are going to get her well again. Parslow must have said that. We're going to get you, because he's a doctor.
Yeah. So what happens
surgeon.
is, Terry meets the manager. He knows her and asks if Dr. Parslow is going to be joining them, and that they used to come in quite often together. And I think she asks if that's her husband, and the manager knows that it's not her husband or something like that. But anyway, the manager says that he knows where the doctor works and that
Yeah.
he's going to call the hospital and get onto him.
And everything's close close by, so everyone knows everyone.
But also that he's got the time to be able to just stop whatever he's doing and
you think we're in
come
like
on.
some small country town, by the way, everyone knows everyone and everything's so close.
It's
LA.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That, like you said, at the very end, Dr. Parslow arrives. She doesn't remember him and asks, "Are you my doctor?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm your friend, your good friend." It's like, oh, what's been going on here?
Yeah, and because she hasn't told Jack.
No.
But Jack's like, said like, oh, I did see someone while we had a break.
Yeah, but she didn't mention her little
She's
fling.
getting all shitty about that, but
Yeah.
she's with a surgeon.
And then that's the end of
the end
her
of
for
it.
that episode. So where do you want to move to next?
I feel like we may as well do the other half and do. I got Kim and Rick together because Kim's come up from this car crash, not a scratch on her.
No.
The car's blown up, been blown to Narnia.
Yeah.
But she's somehow free and fine. Then she comes stumbling up, and then it did trick us because, like we said earlier, you thought it was like the same restaurant that Terry was at.
Yeah.
But she was walking, so
Unless
you know what? They probably did use the same one, but then said it's not the same one. They probably put different signage on it.
Yeah.
So she finds a payphone, and then she calls TTU Tony. Big Tony answers.
Yeah.
And Kim is not trusting Tony.
No.
Like, who would?
She wants to speak to either Nina or
she wants to speak to her dad.
Wants to speak to Jack, but
Yeah.
Or then she asks for Nina.
Yeah.
He's trying to help her, but he goes all in really quick, and she's super suspicious of him.
And this is the point where Tony finds out about the safe house that's been
Yes.
like destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but everyone's dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, "No, don't trust it," and just hangs up.
Yeah.
And then
So it's because Kim explained to Tony that the safe house was because he said, "Oh, are you at the safe house or something like that?" And she's like, "No, don't you know? Like,
yeah,
we've been attacked and all the guards are dead and we've gotten away." And he said that he's going to send someone to pick her up, but she's suspicious, doesn't want to tell him where she is. So then she hangs up on him
yeah. And who does she call? The old Rick.
again. Like, knowing these numbers, I mean, she knows CTU's number off by heart. She knows. She might still have Rick's written down on a bit of
In a
paper.
little pocket.
Yeah.
Mind you, she's called it a couple of times in the last episode. When she stole that mobile phone.
So there, she calls Rick and she threatens to tell the police if he doesn't help her.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm coming to your house.
Yep.
And then Rick's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And meanwhile, he's on the phone a couple of times now. His girlfriend comes in and is like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
And I think
another wrong number.
First time wrong number.
Yeah.
So she's not happy. She's suspicious of what's going on.
Yeah.
But
he gives up his address.
Yeah. She
And
jumps
then,
in a taxi.
Yeah, which she doesn't have money for. So
No.
when she rocks up, she's like, hang on a sec.
Do you remember that? Like, it feels so long ago, like with the advent of Uber and stuff now, that you'd get in a taxi,
Drive and then
you
pay.
drive, and then you pay at the end with, originally with cash.
A lot of trust, isn't there?
Like when we were going out and stuff for the first time, it was cash.
Yeah.
Because none of them had mobile FPOS machines. Like that was a big thing when they started coming in. She rocks up to his house, and the girlfriend is the one that answers the door and is like, "What is going on, Rick?"
Yeah.
And he actually tells her pretty much everything about Kim. Well, as much as he wants to let on at that point.
Yeah, they don't want to say anything about Dan.
No. And then gets Rick to pay for the taxi.
Like, groaning.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake, got no money.
Yeah.
10 grand short.
And exactly. He's lost his 10 G's. And that's it. So we leave Kim at Rick's house for this episode.
I fucked my notes. I got to Terry seems disappointed that Rick has a girlfriend. I'm going to write Kim. Because she's a bit like when, what's her name, answered. Because she didn't know that she was there.
No.
So she's like, thinking, I might be able to get a bit of a passion while I'm waiting to get picked up. Jack's a big one. Palmer's, he's sweet FA. I've basically got him comes in like on his own when he talks to his family.
Yep.
And Keith comes in to show him that recording that he took last episode with Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, David seemed a bit like upset about that. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh,
It's
no.
dangerous." And then,
not happy about it.
I've just got here, David, do you trust me, Keith? Do you trust me, Keith? And then, that's about all I got for David anyway.
Yeah.
Because I think he teamed up with Jack a bit. I think he probably...
Yeah, I've got them both together because there is a little bit...
I do have Jack. I do have him in there.
He's not in there much, but he
comes in a few
floating
times.
in and out.
Yeah.
So if we move on to Jack, because that's where the meat of the story is for this episode.
Yeah.
So he arrives at the hotel where Elizabeth was set to meet Alexis.
Do you remember the room?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is it?
1243.
Far out.
I just said that because I was like, that's just pure laziness. That's just like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and someone's gone, fuck it, we'll just do 1, 2, 4, 3. Normally in a building, that'd be like level 12, unit 43.
So first person that Jack sees is Pierce, and he apologizes to Jack. Everyone sort of, I understand, like he had to do what he had to do to protect his family.
Yeah.
But he's still sort of putting everyone in danger and like...
Oh, he's careless. He's ruthless. He just wants to...
Pierce was apologising to him and was like, oh, I didn't realise what was going on with your family and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you still have to take him down. Like if he's a threat to the president and doesn't really matter what he's got going on, Pierce's job is to take down any threats to Palmer.
That's like if I get pulled over tonight I get done with drink driving or something. I'm like, oh, sorry, mate. I was doing a podcast. Oh, and the cops, I didn't realise you're doing a podcast. Oh, good, mate. I'll let you go.
Like and subscribe.
We forget to say that. We should start saying that.
I know. So a lot of the first part of this episode is them setting up all the surveillance gear and getting prepped for this meeting between Elizabeth and Alexis.
Yeah.
So, setting up all the surveillance.
The fibre optics.
And we're told that there's half an hour before he comes. And my God, they cut it fine. Like, they know that he's coming in half an hour. I'm like, just before he comes, they're still setting up, still in the room. I'm like, he might be early.
Yeah, I know.
They're banking on him getting there on time.
They've cleared the whole floor as well.
Yeah, they have.
I felt that was room weird. Across. So, and they've obviously got people downstairs saying, he's just reached, what do you call it? Valet.
Yeah.
So he'll be up in 3 minutes.
Palmer comes in and he's back to being cranky Palmer with Jack. No more best buddies. He's quite annoyed that Jack's putting Elizabeth at risk. Yeah, and I was like, as soon as Palmer said that and like they started making a big deal out of it, I'm like, something's going to happen to her. So like straight away I flagged, I'm like, she's going to die.
Palmer actually says that Elizabeth's father
Yeah.
is one of his like longtime oldest friends.
Yeah.
And if anything happens to her, Palmer, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Yeah. He said he's known her since she was born.
Yeah.
And then Jack and Nina are talking and he snaps at Nina again about something and you can tell he's quite stressed about this.
Yeah,
but again...
Jack worried about Kim and Terry.
Jack just treats Nina like shit.
She likes it, obviously.
Oh, man.
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
Apparently. And then Jack quizzes Nina as to why she didn't finish the debrief with Terry.
Yeah.
And she lies.
Yeah, Nina didn't tell her about them.
Yeah. Now, this is where I had the whole Keith comes in and talks to his dad about the recording and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah.
But then, I don't know, did you say at the end of that conversation that Keith does hand over the tape to Palmer?
No. But yes, he does.
Yeah, so he gives him the tape.
So, yeah.
Of the recording.
Big Dave's got the recording.
Yeah.
He's got the evidence.
And then we go back to Jack, and this is where Jack is explaining what fibre optic cameras are to Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. She's just like, you what?
Yeah. So he wants her to plant a tracker in Drazen's wallet.
Yeah, yep.
Which I'm like, that's a big ask.
Oh, yeah.
Surely there was a better option than the wallet. You got to get the wallet out. You got to slip it inside, get it back.
Yeah, like surely, like, you know, I mean, it was pretty big.
They said why. They said because that way, if he changes his clothes, he's always going to have his wallet with him.
True.
Which does make sense, but that's a hard task for someone who's very new to this espionage business. Gives her a safe word. Just in case it all goes wrong, she's going to say, I hope I'm not getting a cold.
Yeah, like us for the last 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I still have a sore throat.
I'm dying.
So the surveillance is now up and running, ready to go.
Jack gets a call over the radio.
He gets what?
Does he get a call over the radio so that Drazen's on his way?
Oh, is that it? And there's Jack and Nina are
With
sitting
his like huge walkie-talkie.
Yeah, so that's when everyone gets into position. Jack and Nina go across to the room, across the hall,
With the monitors.
which is where they're going to watch it.
Yeah.
And then Jack picks this as the best time to really press Nina as to what's going on and why is everyone acting weird.
That's right.
And so then Nina, I think she says, "This is not the best time, Jack," or something like that. We need to concentrate. He's like, "Well, now I can't concentrate."
Yeah,
Like,
if you don't tell me, I won't be able to concentrate. Yeah.
so she does tell him that Terry knows that it was Nina that he was seeing when they were having their break. Because again, just recapping, Terry knew that he was seeing someone. She didn't necessarily know it was Nina, but then she guessed it when they were doing the debrief.
Yeah.
And then Jack said, "Did you tell her it was over?" Which she's like, "Of course." And then he gets really upset, head in hand. This is all my fault.
Oh, yeah. He does a lot of that in this, doesn't he?
He does.
Few episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been apologising to everyone.
That's right.
So, yeah, he's just sorry, man.
Yeah. So at this point, Alexis arrives. Everyone's got to
Yeah, he's washing
get
his
into gear.
face, getting keen.
Yep.
See Elizabeth again. Oh, we didn't mention, but because I think I've got a Drazen section, the Drazen brothers, but he talks to his brother before he actually arrives here. And then...
Yeah, that's right. I've only got 2 lines for it, but yeah.
Yeah, and he's... one of them's like...
Andre.
Yeah, he's like, just kill her once you're done with her.
Well, he didn't even... He starts to... So when Alexis says that he's going to go and see Elizabeth, he's like, didn't you just see her? I don't trust her and all this sort of stuff. And he's like, just get rid of her. But then Alexis sort of talks him out of it and says, it's fine.
Yeah, there was some line in there about using women and women using... Yeah, I didn't write it down. I was like, it can't be fucked.
Yeah. Andre says afterwards that that he's got to kill Elizabeth once he's gotten the schedule from her.
Yeah.
David's schedule.
Once he's done with her, kill her.
Yeah. So that was as he was on his way to the hotel. But once he gets there, he's in a room by himself before Elizabeth arrives. Like you said, he's getting washed up, getting ready. He thinks that the meat's on.
Yeah, did he even call Elizabeth? Because she just rocks up.
Oh, to say that
I never got like a vibe of him going, "Oh, yo, baby, I'm on my way."
Maybe it's just
she already knows.
A time thing.
Yeah. She had to knock twice. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was just sort of
he was like,
taking his time.
Make her fucking wait.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
Yeah.
She looks so awkward.
So I think on the cameras they see that he's put his wallet in his
they puts his like phone down and something else. He's like, his wallet's not there. Must be in his pants or his jacket still.
Tell Nash the wallet's in his pants.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth gets to the hotel room. She's not doing a good job at hiding her stress.
No.
So he's picked up on it straight away.
Instantly.
Yeah. But she sort of says...
Because he goes in for a kiss when she comes in and she's done like the whole fucking duck and weaving shit. And then, she's like, he says something like, "Oh, you seem a little tense."
Yeah.
And then,
she blames the poles.
Basically insinuates like, "Oh, is there something we can do about that?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Go for a vodka." And then he's like, "Oh, I was thinking something else."
Yeah.
But then he goes and pours. So that's when she gets a chance to try and look for this wallet as well. Because he goes and makes a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
She finds the wallet, doesn't she?
She does.
And then she starts fumbling around.
Yeah, she nearly gets it and she drops the bug on the floor.
Yeah.
And the way they've got the camera set up is quite good because you can see him making the drinks, but he's sort of around a corner and he can't see her, but we can see him and her at the same time.
Yeah.
She's fumbling around on the floor trying to find the bug.
And then I think I've got after this, like they finally kiss.
Well, first of all, she does find it and she puts it in the wallet.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But then she doesn't have enough time to put the wallet back in the pants or the
she
jacket.
Puts it back in her
so
jacket.
She puts it in her jacket.
Yeah.
Which silly move.
Yeah, they start kissing and it's so wet. It's like this sucking face. Like,
what did you say that when you first saw him that he looked like he had a ton of what do you call it?
Lip balm.
Lip balm on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
It's all that lip balm.
Lubing him up. And Jack and Nina are watching and they're just like both don't know what to do.
Yeah, they're both looking awkward.
Yeah.
Like, we got to watch this, but I don't want to watch it. When he first handed her the drink, and the way that they had it, and then he set them back on the table together. I was
Yeah, I
like, I
thought
wonder
so.
if he's drugged her.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, ooh, something's going down.
Yeah.
Because of that thing you told me the other day.
What'd I tell
It was like last episode or something when they show you something.
you? Oh, the
yeah.
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I thought
But I was like,
he
oh,
drugged her for sure.
Maybe this is it.
But he has not. So anyway, they're making out. They're going for it. And he tells her that he loves her.
Yeah. Like she was about to, she'd planted it. So Jack was then calling her.
That's right.
And that was her escape to be like, oh, fuck.
Gotta go.
Palmer needs me. Gotta roll. Yeah. Because I think he just at the same time, he goes, oh, I need to tell you something. I think I'm falling in love with you.
Yeah.
And then she gets all like fucking angry.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, she's like hanging up the phone like 3 times. Jack's like, she's not answering. And I was like, you're looking at her hanging up. And it's like, I'm only getting voicemail. And it's like, she's fucking hanging up on you, Jack. And then, yeah, so she's got now an ulterior motive. She's
gone rogue. Jack and Nina are confused. And she's sort of being quite menacing. She's like, tell me again.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you. And she's sort of walking away as he's saying it over to where the nightstand is or something like that. And she picks up a letter opener.
Yeah, sharp object.
And just as he comes over to her again, she turns around and bam.
Fucking reefs it into him.
Right in the stomach. Everyone bashes down the door and they go and grab her.
Oh, because Drazen had her around the throat. He wasn't going to die, but not straight away anyway. But does he die in the end?
No, he doesn't. But
that went really high pitched.
It all happened really quickly. So they run in like within a couple of seconds, and Jack runs straight to Drazen. He's like, "I'm losing him." I'm like, Jesus Christ, that must have been like a well placed stab, like stab her into the stomach. Yeah, it's not. No one wants that, but it's not going to kill you.
It wasn't like in the chest.
No, it wasn't in the chest. Yeah, it was a low blow.
Yeah,
and like
it's pretty meaty down that. Well, it is for me.
Pretty much instant death is what Jack's thinking. He's saying 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
And then Palmer comes in and he's pissed.
Oh.
And he's blaming Jack that Elizabeth's been put in this position. And then Alexis's phone
starts ringing.
Starts to ring.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
And then they're sitting there holding it for a tiny bit, aren't they? They're like, shit, what do we do? And Jack's like, we got to risk it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this dude has an accent and everything.
I know. That's the one thing.
And Jack's like, yeah. And then, so this random bloke calling up to set up a meet. I mean, that's when...
Well, first thing he says is... he doesn't say hello. Have you got the money?
Yeah.
And Jack's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, they organise to meet up.
Because that's right. They're like, there's something in this hotel room. I'm like, how do you know it was in the hotel room?
Yeah, it could have been anywhere. Yeah. Could have been in a car.
And then they find bearer bonds.
Yeah. That's in the next episode, so...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
But that's the end of episode 17, so we can move along to episode 18.
Well,
taking place between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the afternoon / evening. So I start with Jack if we want to go there.
Yeah, we can. I mean, that's like most of the action.
Yeah,
is with Jack, so may as well.
We start off with him and Palmer arguing about Elizabeth again.
Yeah.
And
I've got Palmer still pissed but forgives Jack.
Yeah.
He comes around sort of thing.
Well, I think Jack explains it away. And then we're given a time frame, which is always nice. So we're told that Alexis and what I'm going to refer to as Red Cap.
Yeah, I've called him Red Cap too.
He told Jack that he'll know who he is because he'll be wearing a red cap.
Yeah.
The drop was planned for 45 minutes. So we know that that's the time frame now. It's going to happen towards the end of the episode.
Yep.
And this is where Nina finds the bearer bonds.
Yeah.
Or someone finds them, gives them to Nina.
Got telling everyone to search the room, and then they find bearer bonds. As good as cash and easier to move. That's what Jack says about him.
I don't know. When I did some study, I was supposed to learn about all different investment tools, and bonds were something, and I still don't understand what they mean.
Yeah. No.
I think governments issue them.
Do you have the part where Jack now steals some bloke's shirt?
No.
He takes some bloke's shirt. He's like, oh, Jimmy, come here. I think his name, I don't know what his name is. But the dude, he's like, give me your shirt. And And the dude's like just starts unbuttoning himself. Like, what shirt's he gonna wear? Jack's bloody because he's got blood all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like the
From
fifth,
Alexis.
Well, I don't know how many times Jack's changed now, but in a day, that's a fair bit.
Yeah, it's a lot. He's going to get a rash. So they're planning to meet with Red Cap. Nina and Jack discuss Terry on the drive there because there's nothing else going on.
Yeah, I've got Jack calls Tony and wants the number to the safe house.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when Mason's like tells him like we're not going to tell him.
Yeah.
Or did he tell him last episode? I can't remember.
Actually, no, you're right.
Did we do CTU last episode?
No, we didn't. So that's something that, we did miss. So after Tony gets off the phone to Kim, where she called up and he tried to convince her that he'll pick her
Mason
up. She didn't want to. So he told Mason about what's going on and that the safe house was hit. And he's like, oh, shit. First thing Mason's like, don't tell Jack.
Yeah.
He doesn't want Jack to be distracted. And Tony doesn't agree.
Yeah, he's on Jack's
conflicted.
side.
Yep. Yeah. So that, I think, was the extent of it there. And then it sort of picks up again. And there's a few moments between Tony and Mason where they're disagreeing about telling Jack or not.
Yeah. Like this spot here, when Jack rings through on the way to this meetup, and he just like wants the number for the safe house, but then he also just wants to tell Mason what's happening.
Yeah.
And then
catch him up.
Yeah, then Mason comes. He's like, oh, the girls are sleeping. He's like, oh, okay. But then in the car, like they're still driving, he gets Nina to ring that the bloke that was debriefing.
Yes. Oh, what was his name?
And yeah, whatever his name was, doesn't go. He's like, oh, the call didn't go through.
Yeah.
And then Jack's like, must be a bad area. We'll try again when we get there. I was like, you're in the middle of like fucking LA. Surely the signal's not that bad.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's 2002, whatever.
But also, did they take the phones? Why are they not ringing? Like, did they run out of battery?
Yeah.
It's weird that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think, so they arrive at the location and then Mason actually calls back again to let them know that someone called Teddy Hanlon is going to be in charge of backup.
Yeah.
Now, this is the worst casting. Sorry, actor who plays Teddy Hanlon, but you did a terrible job.
Oh, shocking.
So Jack's not happy about it. He obviously knows. We don't know how he knows him yet, but Jack knows him.
Well, when they get to the top of the escalator.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack. That's how he sounds the whole time. I've got it here, and I've written Jack with like 3 A's and 2 K's.
Yeah. I want to cut in the whole like scene of him because he's just so bad.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Hey, Jack. And then he says, haven't seen you since you put my partner away.
I've got terribly delivered, terrible actor, lol, like real bad.
Yeah. And then they sort of set up this meat thing. What's his name? Jack's pissed because he's like, I think they call Mason back. He's like, seriously, or something.
Yeah. And
he's like, it's all I can do. And then he's the one with the sniper rifle in this whole ordeal as well.
Yeah.
And then he threatens to even like shoot Jack at one point. And he's like, oh, I'd hate for you to get in the way, Jack.
Something about collateral damage or stray bullets or something like that.
Yeah, Jack pulls him like, I don't want to have a problem on this.
So Jack is getting ready to meet, and Ted is completely out in the open. So as we've come across a few times in this first season of people being completely
just a shooter, just directly out in like public view.
Yeah. Sitting behind some.
He's wearing black in a green bush, like not even like sitting back in the bush. He's fucking like hanging out over the edge of this balcony. Like, yeah, I can see everything, Jack.
I've also got that it's Teddy's first time holding a gun.
He's just waving it all around. It's like, fucking hell, I do not trust you. And he starts like snitching on him, or not snitching on him, but he's like, trying
to make him feel bad.
Yeah.
He's like, Teddy tells him about, tells Jack that the wife of the one that he put away hung herself.
Yeah.
And that he's got two kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And while this is all happening, Nina calls Mason back. She's like, "You've got to do something about this." Like,
and then I've got it like, just happens to get on the like radio frequency, like through the phone.
Oh yeah, Patch. He rings down to
He's
Tony.
like, what channel are you on? She's like, channel 1. And then just Mason comes through. Is like, Teddy,
stop it.
Stop, down, boy.
Tells Teddy to chill.
Are you okay, Jack? Yeah, I'm okay.
Then after all that went on,
Yeah, there's like some kids running around and shit. Jack's like, get him out of here.
yeah, and then
And then he finally sees Red Hat.
Red Cap
Red Cap,
arrives.
yeah.
And he's suspicious. It was supposed to be inside, not outside.
So we find that out straight away.
But Jack is a quick thinker. Says there was a cop inside.
Little does he know.
He is the cop. Jack tries to get a little bit of information out of him, even though Alexis is supposed to know all this already. But we find out that at exactly 7:20, that Red Cap is supposed to shut down power in some particular place.
I think like grid 56 double G or something.
Far out. You love writing down those details.
It's good. It's the fine details. Gets you the brownie points.
And then I think he asks another question, and that's where Red Cap gets
Yeah, he gets
suspicious.
Didn't you have an accent?
Yeah. It's like you've only just thought of that now. So he realizes that it's not Alexis, and he starts to run.
Yeah.
So Teddy really wants to shoot him.
Oh my God.
He's
like relentless. He's
And-
full on. He's like, I got a shot, Jack. I can take him, Jack. And he keeps going. And he's like, I'll just like knock him down.
Yeah.
And then the whole
just
time
clip
Jack's
him
like,
or-
do not shoot him. Don't fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
Well, he'd love to say that, but he can't. And then, decides at the worst point, shoots him in like on a balcony. And he
Goes through the glass.
Yeah. Does he shoot him like in the chest?
Yeah.
Great
stupid
shot, Ted. He'd be in so much trouble though.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you did not listen and you
Well, I'm
shot
assuming
someone,
in this instance, Jack has like
it's his
authority.
It's his operation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in chain of command, surely he needs to listen to Jack, but he doesn't. And then, Jack said, "Handling, you son of a bitch." I said, "Don't shoot."
You'd be a bit more angry than that, wouldn't you?
The slight bit of swearing that is allowed.
Son of a bitch.
Red Cap does not look good.
Nah, pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
I don't think we see him again, do we?
We see him get zipped up in a bag in the next episode.
I didn't even pick that up. There we go.
Yeah. All right, so who have you got next?
I got CTU.
Cool. Yep, we'll go with that.
I got, Mason wanting to know what's happening with Kim and Terry. Still doesn't want to tell Jack, which we know about. Tony telling Mason he wants to help. That's right. So Tony comes in and he's like, I need help to find, I need bodies to help find
Kim. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mason stirs Tony up about, he's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
why is
Really uncalled for.
yeah, why is Nina out running around with Jack?
Yeah.
And then they have a little bit of a fuck you moment.
Yeah, I've got Mason being a dick to Tony about the love triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously everyone in CTU knows about what's going on with them because Green was saying it.
Yeah.
Mason's saying it. So everyone knows that the whole Tony, Nina and Jack thing.
Yeah. And then
Mason makes a comment. He says there's too much personal business going on around here.
yeah, that's right. He's like, I want to clean this up.
Yeah.
And then pretty much the only other thing I've got is Tony gets intel about Terry wandering the streets.
Oh, I missed that.
I don't know. That's what I've got written here. So it must have come up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You watch this next episode. I got no notes.
Well, then we're going to be lost.
I'm reading your notes.
I did some weird note taking as well in the next episode.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, fuck is this? I came up, I'm going off track here, but I came up with a good way. Because if you look at my notes, I indentate, is that what it's called? When it
indent, yeah.
So when it cuts back to them, so every time that goes away and comes back, I've got that whole clip.
Ah.
So the section where Nina and Jack setting up a sting, then it's Mason rings to tell Teddy's running it, meets Ted away, and then it will cut away to someone else. And then when they come back, I've got Jack walks into the meet, and then it's. You have to check my notes, mate.
Oh well, because my note taking is terrible. All right, so
Back on track.
My next one is Kim.
Kim Rick.
Yep. So Rick hadn't told his girlfriend that Dan is dead.
Yeah. So they still don't know that Dan's dead. No one knows. And they want to search Dan's room.
Well, Dan's brother, we find out, is on his way back to the house as well.
Frank the Tank.
And they build him up to be someone not to mess with.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend wants to kick Kim out. She wants her to leave.
Yeah.
So Kim's kind of happy to leave, but she wants to borrow Rick's car.
Yeah, I've got. Oh, can I just take your car? It's it's not mine. It's Melanie's.
There we go. That's where we find her name.
Yeah.
And as Kim's looking around, she's starting to realise where she is. She sees scales on the table. Clearly, this is not a neighbourhood she's
Rick definitely
familiar
doesn't
with.
come from money.
No. But they have a sweet little moment.
Do they?
Yeah. She says,
they do. Yeah.
I think it was,
she's like,
she
you
says, I
should
wish,
turn yourself in, blah, blah.
yeah. And then they get all close and she says, I wish we could have met before all of this.
Yeah.
And then he says, so do I. I'm like, far out. This Stockholm syndrome is
it's real.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. Don't they start kissing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking start
Like
going.
the girlfriend's just in the
She
next
walk
room.
around the corner. But then, lo and behold, Frank fucking turns up.
So
walks
Frank
through the
is
door.
Dan's brother.
Surely Frank saw them kissing.
That's true. Yeah.
But he doesn't. He's got something else on his mind. He doesn't mind.
So he storms in
Looking for Dan.
looking for Dan. And then anyway, she's like, well, I better go. I'm going to just leave. And
Yeah,
he's like,
Kim's-
nah,
Yeah.
no one's
I
leaving.
don't know you.
I don't know you. My brother's not here.
Yeah.
You're
not leaving.
I feel like that was a bit, surely
Yeah.
she could have left.
And then, Frank, because Frank wants all this money. We find out because...
That's right. He's waiting on the 20 grand. Not even just Dan's
'Cause
share.
he
He
has
was always
business-
going to take Rick's share as well.
He's got business going down in 30 minutes.
Mm.
So I don't know what time we are at this.
Time flag.
Yeah, I don't know what time we were at, actually. If we would find out.
This was after Rick arrived. So after they shared the kiss, I think because of what Frank's talking about with the deal and everything, she looks at Rick and says, "You're smart, good looking and funny.
Yeah.
How did you end up like this?"
Yeah.
Like,
and
Jesus.
then she goes on to say, I got a friend named Todd who went through 2 foster homes and he has a scholarship now.
He's
Fucking big deal.
Well, I think he
Like,
says
woo.
like good for Todd or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, good for Todd.
But when she says, "How did you end up like this?" He's like, "Oh, I'm doing all right, thanks."
Sorry we didn't all come from money.
Yeah.
Kim.
Frank. Like we said, he wanted the money because he's doing an ecstasy deal.
Yeah, so he wants to buy some ecstasy and then he's going to flip it to someone else. So he's going to buy it for 20K and then he's going to flip it for 50.
Yeah. And there's multiple times when Frank's like out of the room and she's right next to the door. I'm like, just make a run for it.
Fucking go.
If he's got a deal coming, he's not going to chase you. He's not going to bother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, that would ruin the plot. So that is it for Kimmy.
I'm not going to lie. This little side Kim thing and the Terry one's pissing me off.
Oh, I don't like Terry. I don't mind the Kim
one
one.
sort
There's
of-
parts of it that I'm like, that's a bit stupid. But
Yeah.
it's the next episode with that
one gets better.
that does pay off.
Yeah.
I think that one's pretty cool. But yeah, Terry, I think I said last week, Terry losing a memory, not a fan.
It's fucking stupid.
We
We might as well fucking get... I got Terry next.
Yeah, we'll start with Terry.
She ends the episode too. But there's a bit of Palmer to do.
Yes.
And Drazen. So.
Actually, yeah, there's quite a bit of Palmer and Drazen.
Yeah.
But Terry, she's with the
Phil.
doctor. Oh, is it? Yeah, Phil Parslow.
Yeah.
Who he explains who Terry is.
And that they were seeing each other.
Yeah.
Then didn't want to... Oh, then she didn't want to. And she got back with Jack.
That's right. So I think he said that they were friends, very good friends, and he wanted to take it further, but she didn't want to.
Yep.
I think
Friend zoned.
I think she says something about. Oh, he says something about she was scared or something like that. Anyway, so I think in the back of Phil's mind, he thinks that Jack is a no. I think he thinks Jack is
abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it comes up later as well.
Yeah, it does.
So he wants to take her to the hospital. He's like, "You need to see a neurologist," and she's
Shit.
like, she says to him, "Oh, but aren't you a doctor? Can't you just check me out?" He's like, "No, I'm a surgeon."
Yeah. Whoa, rub it in.
Yeah.
All right, fancy pants.
He's like, "Okay, what if I just examine you here?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, I'll give you an examination.
So she's got no evidence of head injury. So he doesn't think that she's got amnesia because she's hit her head.
Yeah.
She tells him about the abdominal pain, but he's just sort of...
Yeah, she's got no idea what that is, obviously.
Yeah.
She can't remember. But then, Phil reckons she's got dissociative amnesia. Did I get that right?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Dissociative
Yeah.
amnesia. But
I
she
got
freaks out.
dissociative.
Dissociative.
All right.
Leave it in the comments. So she doesn't want to go to hospital and starts freaking out. She
Oh,
flips out on him.
She flips out a few times with him.
Yeah, she's
I mean, understandable. You
She's
just
going
can't
through
remember
some
everything.
shit. So she says, please, Phil, just take me home.
Yeah, so they want to go back to her house.
Yeah. So they arrive back at the Bauer residence.
Oh, do they?
And
Oh, that's the end of the episode.
Johan is waiting in the bushes. So
I might as
we
well
might quickly go to Drazen.
Yeah.
So Andre. So I feel like Andre is the one with the glasses. I think he's the oldest of
He's the
all
oldest
of them,
brother,
and he's
yeah.
the one really calling the shots. But
He's the one he did the gains set up thing.
Yeah.
So that's the first Drazen brother we met.
He calls Johan, who can't because
I've got him as Jovian.
Jovian.
Like
Did you get autocorrect?
Jovian.
Maybe that's how you say it, but I'm pretty sure they say Johan.
Johan.
Exactly. So he's saying that he can't reach Alexis. So Johan says that he's going to the Bauer house.
I've got it. I don't know, Andre. I have my own problems. Because, he's asking about Alexis. You're like, I don't know what the fuck he is. I got my own issues to do.
Sorting other things out.
Yeah. Still can't find the women.
He gets to the Bauer house and he gets there, just after he gets there, CTU arrives.
Yeah.
And so, again, as everyone does, Johan hides in plain sight.
Yep. Hides in a bush.
No one can see
or
him.
around the corner. No, he hides behind a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was very effective for Jack when he was getting into the compound. So, Johan kills the agent just before Terry arrives. And I was like, surely the smart thing to do is impersonate the CTU agent. But he does not elect to do that.
Nah.
We find out later. When Terry gets back to her house, that's when we see Johan waiting in the bushes. And that leaves us with Palmer.
The palm train. Oh, so we start with him playing the tape to Mike and Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
You're like Mike theory keeps like popping up. I'm like, oh, it's hanging on.
Oh, I don't know. This episode and the next episode, I was like, oh, my theory's
Is it
going
dwindling?
away a little bit. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
you
it
reckon?
comes back.
Yeah, because I've got Mike says the tape is no good in court.
Yeah, he says,
So
I don't know
which
what
is-
you think you've got here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And I'm like, yeah, I was like, ooh, he's trying to get rid of this tape.
But Palmer's not even thinking about court. He just wants to give it to the press and let the court of public opinion
Yeah.
be the one to decide.
Oh, and this is where we find out that Palmer is a Democrat.
Yes, I've got that as well. It's
Yeah.
the first time that any
Yeah.
party has been mentioned.
Yeah.
So Mike says this is currency, and that
Yes.
once you're in the White House, he can
Because
use the tape.
Sherry wants to destroy the tape.
Yeah,
Mike says, like, I suppose this is where Mike sort of like is giving him a helping hand,
yeah,
not trying to derail him.
yeah.
But yeah, he says, this is currency. You can use this.
He said when you're in the White House, you can use the tape to protect yourself.
They won't be able to control you.
So then Palmer wants to speak to Keith, and he wants Keith to understand what he's getting himself into by doing this. That the press are going to be relentless.
Yeah.
Going through the court process.
Yeah. When he meets Keith, so he's in the famous sliding door out in the balcony.
Yeah.
It's sunset.
Oh, okay.
The sun's starting to set. And I said here, it looks more like a dust storm.
Again, like
They did the
was
whole,
it this
like-
episode where it just
Yeah.
started off so grainy?
Yeah.
So
Obviously, the low light on the cameras is shit.
yeah. So Keith keeps interrupting and says that he wants to go ahead. He's thought it through, but I've got that Keith is not thinking.
Yeah.
And Palmer's like, it's okay to be scared, and then they have a nice big D&M.
Yeah, they do.
There's them two.
They're back and forth.
I know.
It's like, fucking hell, do you like each other or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then David hands the tape to his assistant to go and put it
Yeah.
in a safe, and
Sherry's on the
watching.
phone.
Yeah.
She's on the phone like, yeah, did you see about New York? Oh, how good was that? Like, some bullshit talking that she's doing.
I think she's trying to wrap it up so she can go and see what's
she
happening.
sees the secretary or whatever it is. She walks into the little room and you could see the mirror.
Yeah.
And she's like putting it into the vault.
Now, do you think that she was watching the numbers from the secretary, or she already knew what that?
Nah, she'd know.
She already knew.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just
I was going to say that was a bit of a leap if she was using that mirror
she'd
to
know.
figure it out.
If she didn't, then David didn't trust her straight away anyway.
Yeah. So as soon as the secretary leaves and she gets off the phone, Sherry's straight in there.
Yeah.
And just as she's going to get it out, the secretary comes back in and she rips into her.
Oh, yeah, doesn't she? I don't care.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm busy.
So anyway, she's got the tape out of the safe. The next scene we see is David coming in. Sherry's just sitting on the couch in there. David goes to check the safe and lo and behold, the tape's gone.
Fucking who else has done it?
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't try to hide it.
No.
She just says,
I destroyed it, Dave.
I've destroyed it.
Yeah.
And he's fuming.
I just got him. He has a big moment of silence and disappointment, clenches fists. He sits there and he's just like, you can just tell he's holding back.
And she says, I know you're angry, but it had to be done.
Yeah.
And I've got David fuming, was it a decoy? And then lo and behold, it was a decoy.
Oh, the old switcheroo.
Yeah, he set her up.
Yeah.
And Sherry says, I'll do anything to protect my family. And David's like, oh, I want a press conference within the hour.
Yeah. And David did say, he said before that, he's like, breaks my heart, Sherry. Yeah. He knew.
That was it.
Yeah, so that's that last episode.
I'm
going to fuck this charging cable off because it's not charging. So if I go down...
Well, you're reading my shitty notes anyway, so you're probably better to you've just watched the episode on your way in, so...
Yeah, I had it over the car.
You'll be right, you'll be better than... It was probably better to not read my notes and...
I can't remember the episode now, though, even though I've just sort of watched, but I was listening to it because I couldn't watch it while I was driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like trying to listen to it.
Episode 19, between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. Where are we starting?
Oh, I suppose it starts with Terry.
It does, yeah. So, yeah, we'll start there. Terry and Phil enter the house and instantly... So, alarm systems, right? Old school ones. Usually, you enter the house, the sensor sees you, and you get given like X amount of time to get inside and turn the alarm off before it starts blaring. Yeah, usually. Usually there's like a beep or something. I remember, not this office, this one's different, but in our old office, if you entered, you'd get like this beeping first. You'd get like 10 or 15 seconds to enter your code before you're blared with the alarm sound. But as soon as they crack the door, alarm, like full volume.
I don't know, like, because if it's got a door, the magnet thing on the door, so as soon as you break that.
Yeah, but I don't think...
surely you want to deter someone straight away. I can't remember I had an alarm.
But they had a key because when they rock up to the house, he says something like the very first time that they met or something, it
was raining and she left her keys in the car.
That's right. So they had to get the little decoy
key.
Hide a key, that's it. Yeah. So it's not like she broke into the house and broke the reed switch to set the alarm off.
No, but on an alarm system, if it's on the door, there's usually a magnet above the door.
Yeah, the reed. Yeah.
And then as soon as you break that, that's when it goes off.
Nah.
Fun fact about an alarm. I had one growing up, right?
Yeah.
Like, we got it installed. Don't think we ever used it because it was like,
it's more of a pain in the
It was
arse
monitored for like the first year because that was obviously free. And I was like, fuck that, I'm not paying to get it monitored. My favourite game to do, so I would have been, this is probably around the first series of this. And my favourite things to do, little sensors.
Yeah.
I could walk through the whole house without setting them off.
Oh, without getting the little red light.
If you walk slow enough.
Because we got one.
It didn't.
There's one there. It's not picking anything up at the moment.
Yeah. Yours is shit.
It is.
Yeah. Unless it's just turned off. But no,
they still sense.
Yeah.
Just not well. Okay.
But yeah, no.
Get that one looked into.
Fun fact. Little game I used to play. It used to take me ages to get from one side of the house to the other, but I could do it.
Was it that you moved really slowly or you had to stick to certain parts of the room?
No, if you just moved like really slowly. Like that.
Your mum comes in like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, Mum, you set it off. I've got to start again.
So anyway, they get in and of course, amnesia. Terry doesn't know the code.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell? How good is that security company?
Oh, yeah.
Those security
Instantly
guards were there. No, they were...
Oh, they rang up first.
Yeah.
She answered the phone. She's like, hello, can you turn it off?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no. We don't know who you are. Do you know the password? And she doesn't. Yeah.
But then...
It's cops that rock up.
No, they did say security. They did have guns.
No, I thought they were cops.
But on the side of their arms it said security.
How's like the dude drazing out the front? He was about to like, shoot him and then the alarm goes off. He's like, oh shit. Like surely you could just be like, oh fuck, quick, pop him now and walk off. Like,
got some cover sound.
Yeah, like fucking hell.
But those security guards arrived, unless they're in one of those, I think in America they have those like guarded sort of neighborhoods where you've got to go through a gate at the front to get into like what is essentially like a suburb.
She does come from money.
That's true. And like there's literally guards sitting out the front by those gates. So maybe they're, because they have the money, they're in a gated community.
And mind you, we're in like, what is it? LA with one suburb. So everything's 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Parslow, once the security leave.
Yeah, they're like, well, first they're like,
you need ID or something like that.
Can you go and get your ID? And she's like, all right, I'll try and find. And then they walk into this room. There's like photos of everyone. They're like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we know
fine.
it's you.
Yeah.
And they're fucking around with the like Parslow's like, oh, I don't know which switch it is, like just the meter box. And then the security comes in. They're like, and it turns off. And it's like, oh, that was fucking easy.
Yeah, too easy. So then Phil puts on some music just to lighten the mood.
I think he says something along the lines of like, sometimes music can release your brain.
And this is where we get a little bit more on Terry and Jack. I think about the whole breakup and stuff. Phil goes into a bit more detail on that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I've got a note saying, I'm not enjoying Terry's tangent.
You do. I cannot back you up on this because I don't know what you're talking about. I just watched the episode though, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Like we said before, I just don't think it's a good storyline.
It's just a shit storyline anyway.
Yeah. So then the doorbell rings and Terry says it could be Jack.
Yeah.
But then feels like he wouldn't ring the doorbell. You fucking idiot.
True. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. You've even got it written in.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't ring the doorbell. LOL.
Then he says, well, then stay just in case. Like, in case it is Jack. Like, this is that whole thing about him thinking that Jack's a threat to her and that he's caused her... Because she's got some visible bumps and bruises and stuff. I was just like, what a weird thing to say. But it's not Jack. It's Phil's mate, Chris, just inviting some friends around.
Yeah. And he's like, he says something like, oh, remember I told you I was going to like invite...
Yeah, we didn't hear that conversation though.
No.
And Terry spots the gun on Chris.
Yeah, he's got the sidearm.
And she starts freaking out.
She like cowers into the corner of the couch.
Yeah.
Get out. I don't want guns in my house.
This is where Phil like outwardly suggests that Jack could have been the one who roughed her up.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
In the meantime, we get a little bit of the Drazen. So Andre calls Johan and wants an update.
Yeah.
And he wants Terry dead. While Phil is about to make some tea with one of those old school kettles.
Because I just watched this scene and I think it was like just as I got here, and it was just, he looks so suspicious because the way he's walking and like the way they made him look.
Yeah.
And he's making tales like, oh, he's going to fucking drug her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think anything comes of it.
So we'll just have a little quick diversion over to Nina and Tony where Nina finally finds out about Terry and Kim.
That's right, because she's left the sting operation. She's like,
so we'll hear about that in
I'm
Jack's storyline.
going back to the office.
Yeah, so she finds out about Kim and Terry and the safe house, and she's very pissed at Tony.
Yeah.
So Nina calls Mason to make him tell Jack, but Mason pretends that he's sort of out of range and can't hear her.
Yeah.
And hangs up on her, and then turns his phone off.
Yeah.
And then I think Nina says to Tony, all right, well, you got to go and check out like the Bauer house or something like that to go see if Nina rocks up or...
Yeah, makes sense.
So then that's where we come back to, Phil's making a pot of tea on an old school whistle kettle. Yeah, don't see many of those.
No. I've got the wog pot for my coffee.
Your mocha pot, yeah. You should get a whistle for it. I think, can you get them for...
Can you?
I think you can.
Oh, I'd love to wake the house up.
Meanwhile, Chris, who was sort of banished outside because of the gun, has come back inside.
He needs a wee.
Because he needs to use the bathroom. And at the same time, Johan comes in at the same moment and shoots Chris. Shoots Chris a few times. I think he gets like three shots into him.
No, he shoots Chris in like the chest or something.
Yeah.
Then shoots Phil in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then
then
goes
double
back
taps
and
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, and then kills Chris
And then
again.
goes to double tap Phil, has a gun pointed at him, but then can see Terry sort of scrambling away, so goes after Terry.
Yeah.
Goes to kill Terry, and then
Bam!
out of nowhere, Almeida coming in for the save.
Coming in for the redemption.
Yeah, I was actually like, oh yeah, because I thought it was going to be Phil because he only got shot once. I thought he's picked up Chris's gun or something, and no.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
then
thought.
Tony comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just popped out.
Yeah.
Is he even in the actual where he would have come through a door or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Was he just like popped out of like, I'm just in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Bang.
I've been here for 45 minutes. And then I think that's where Terry's amnesia starts to clear up.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, right at the end of the episode.
Of course it would.
So we're back at the house of Frank and Dan. Well, Dan has since passed, but
Dan and Rick's and
R.I.P. Dan.
Melanie's.
So Kim's still trying to leave. Frank is getting pretty irate that his brother hasn't arrived yet. Again, I think Kim's trying to leave, and this time Melanie's on Frank's side, and she's like, no one is leaving.
Yeah.
And then Kim, being the idiot that she is, she blurts out that Dan isn't coming back.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Frank's got a gun now, pointed at Kim.
Yeah.
Asking where he is. And Rick tells Frank that Gaines killed Dan.
Yeah.
And Frank smashes a lamp. He was going to hit... Was he going to hit Rick with it? I think that's... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably.
He picked it up
wouldn't you?
to swing it at Rick and instead smashes it against the wall. I have a note.
I see your note here.
Yeah,
I
do
don't know
you
who
agree?
this person is.
Adam Driver.
Yeah. What is it?
He's Kylo Ren in Star Wars. He's in that HBO show Girls.
I haven't watched much. I like Star Wars.
Right.
I don't get the opportunity to watch it.
Okay. What else is he in?
I don't know what the fuck Girls is.
He's in...
What are girls? I don't like girls. I do like girls.
He's in a movie with... what's his name? Who's the most recent James Bond? Daniel Craig. He does a movie with Daniel Craig that's quite funny. None of these...
They're not hitting.
All right. Well, I'm going to put a photo of Frank and a photo of Adam Driver, and you can be the judge after the fact.
Go for it.
I looked it up on IMDb. It's not, in fact, Adam Driver.
I was about to ask you the same thing. Like, did you actually check this up just in case it is him?
I did check it just to be safe. So yeah, Frank. He very quickly gets over the fact that his brother's dead. He's like, "Where's the money?"
Yeah, I've got a meet going down in half an hour.
And so yeah, Dan explains that Rick explains that they were never paid.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Gaines never paid us.
and he said, "We'll just cancel the deal." And he's like, "It's too late to cancel. You don't cancel on these people."
Yeah,
which will come to when we actually meet these people. They don't look scary at all.
Yeah, nah.
I thought when Frank's mates rock up in a bit
I thought
that
that
they
was
would,
it.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they look legit. But no.
Yep.
Anyway, so too late to call it off, and Kim wants to make a run for it. But yeah,
Don't do it.
yeah,
Frank's a psycho.
Rick's saying, yeah, don't do that because he doesn't have the money. Frank's thinking ahead. He's like, well, I better call some
Going for
backup.
Plan B.
So he calls some mates over. So these are the guys that I thought were the original drug dealers.
Well, this was when Terry, Kim was about to leave,
yeah,
and they're like, bang, at the back door.
right,
And she's
at
like,
the
oh,
wrong
fuck.
time.
Yeah. Lo and behold, it is Hector from Fast and Furious. Yeah, you didn't watch Fast and Furious, did
No,
you?
I did. Is it what the first one?
Yes.
I definitely at least saw the first couple.
Yeah, so which is, I believe, 2001.
Oh, same year.
I think it was. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so he played Hector, which he had a pretty decent role because Hector's running spoon engines in this, which is a famous like meme that goes out now.
Yeah, right.
Whenever you look at comments there, I was like, did you know that Hector's running like spoon engines and shit? Oh, fucking hell. But yeah,
Don't know.
Anyway, and I went through his IMDb. Is it IMDb?
Yeah,
I get it always.
You got it right that time.
I get it dyslexia it up a bit. He's played Hector a few times, like just Hector, because he's like Mexican or whatever.
What, same character name for different shows?
Yeah. I was like,
right.
there's a Hector, there's a Hector.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he always plays like a goon or something,
Yeah.
just the same character he's playing now.
Yeah, so they rock up with a bunch of guns, and Kim is shocked
Oh, no.
to see the underbelly. Not long after, the actual dealers arrive, and yeah, they're just a guy and a girl.
Yeah.
Don't look too scary at all. Don't know what he was worried about.
Yeah.
They say, have you got the cash? They're like, I want to see the E first.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. Oh, you always
Pretty
want
much a
to
standard,
see the
though.
E first.
Do you want to, like, they want to see the cash, but then they want to see that, what happens? Like,
1,
They
2,
never go
3, go.
yeah. Whoa, that's guns.
Yeah, so, yeah, instead of cash, he pulls out a shotgun.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Mexican standoff. So somehow convinced the dealers to put the guns down. Again, these people are not scary. And then Frank hits Rick in his bad arm because he couldn't keep Dan alive.
Ow.
It actually does go down like that. After they take the drugs and they've got the dealers at gunpoint, dealer says, what are you going to do, kill us? He's like, yeah, I am going to kill you.
Yeah.
Pause. If I ever see you again.
And then is that when he cracks him in the nose?
Yeah, headbutts him in the nose.
No, he smacks him with the gun.
Oh,
Shotgun.
was it?
Yeah, it was a shotgun.
Oh, I saw it as
Fucking
a
bang,
headbutt.
straight in the nose.
Oh, what does he say? He says something like, you need to get that stitched up.
Yeah, something like that.
And then what does the dealer say back to him? He's like, hey, Frank.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, yeah, you got something to say?
Yeah, and he's like, you got the right to remain silent.
And
And then
bam,
they
it's a sting.
SWAT like kick in the door. One dude gets shot.
Undercover. Yeah, it wasn't your mate.
Nah, it wasn't Hector.
Ah.
Nah, he's too busy. He's got race wars later on this month. He's running the 2 spoon engines.
So yeah, all the cops bust him, start taking everyone down. Now, this scene ends with Kim looking like, oh no.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to say, we're innocent, we're not part of this, and she looks like super worried. I'm like, this is like the ideal scenario for you.
Yeah, like these cops don't know nothing that's happening
No.
about you, but they're just going to take you in assuming you're part of it.
Just go with it. Get back
Get
to the
locked
cop
up for a
shop.
little while.
Yeah.
No one can get to you, surely.
Eventually, someone's going to come and talk to you and be like, yeah, I'm Jack Bauer's son, daughter.
Hey, I'm Kim.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's scared. Doesn't need to be.
Was this the end of the episode for them?
Yeah.
Like, end of the episode for
Everyone?
yeah.
I think so.
I don't know. Your notes don't tell me.
No, they don't go into that much detail.
No.
I always assume that you're going to be there to help me out. So we can either go Palmer or we can go Jack.
Well, fuck Palmer. We'll do Palmer.
Yep. So Palmer sitting down with his family having a nice meal.
Yeah. Oh, this meal though. There's a lot of like just silence and chewing. There's like you watch everyone take a mouthful. They're like,
Yeah. I've got, having a nice meal, and it's a long scene of everyone just sitting there. Sherry, what are you she asked David, what are you going to say down at the press conference?
the truth.
For some reason, in my note taking, I went from like my normal note taking style
Yeah,
to
what the
going.
fuck is bowling ball? I was like, right, do I say bowling ball?
Well,
the truth.
So I went into like I went into just recording like the conversation.
You did 3 episodes, didn't you?
Yeah, this was the last episode.
Yeah, this happens
It's too
to me.
much.
Like I watched the first 3 episodes during on the Tuesday, then I do my notes on the Thursday.
Yeah.
And by this time, my wife's like, "Are you coming to bed? Like, hurry up! Like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I still got a full episode to go." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, yeah, bowling ball, the truth." Fucking hell. Then you've got Sherry, shut up, idiot. I'm so fucking lost, and I just watched the show. Are you telling Sherry to shut up, or did Sherry say shut up?
Oh man, I wasn't expecting you to be reading my notes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got tears
Fucking
in my eyes.
next time I come across, they're going to be locked.
Yeah. No. Bowling ball was kicked.
Fucking hell.
I can't see now.
Your eyes are fucking bloodshot.
Yeah.
You look like you've just been told, like, I don't know. Been told bad. You look like you smoked a bong.
Yep. I have.
Zoom in on that.
Yeah. All right. So bowling ball is Keith, obviously.
I didn't even pick that up. I was like, what the fuck? Is this like a bowling, like, you know, I'm going to say the truth, like as in fucking hell. I didn't even pick up it was bowling ball head. I thought it was David saying it.
No.
Fucking hell.
It's Keith.
It would have been easy to write Keith. The truth. Oh, shit.
All right. This is getting out of control.
Woosa.
So Sherry essentially says to Keith, "Shut up, you idiot." And David agrees with her. Like I think she says something about him being careless or something, and David's like, "Yeah, Keith is careless."
Yeah.
But
well, he says that like
so
everyone's. Yeah, he's like, we've all got something to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I've said, David says, yes, Keith is an idiot, but so are you. So then Keith says, I'm willing to go to jail.
Fuck. Oh, shit. I'm just going to go off your notes from now on. It's much more exciting. You take notes and I take notes. We'll swap.
Oh, I'll be right reading your notes. You got indentations.
Yeah. Fucking hell, I can't do this. What are you going to get through that bowling ball?
Well, she says, when are you going to get it through your head? And then all of a sudden, Nicole has a panic attack. I'm like, is she having a seizure? That was a very full-on, like, panic attacks are full-on, but that was...
Yeah, because David and Sherry are, like, arguing, aren't they?
Yeah. And then David picks her up like she's nothing. And when you look at it, like, David is actually jacked. Like, he's a big guy.
He's a big boy.
And so, yeah, he lifts her up, carries her over to the couch.
Yeah, when she says, this is all my fault, I thought she was about to come clean and say something like, it never happened.
Oh.
Like the rape thing never happened. And then now Keith has gone and killed someone else.
That would have been terrible.
Yeah. But then she doesn't.
But, yeah, so she recovers from a panic attack and David heads down for the press conference.
Yeah.
And says to Sherry, like, he keeps trying to have these moments with Sherry.
Yeah,
I don't know why he still
just fuck
tries.
her off.
Yeah, he says,
Get her to the White House and put her in a room.
Need you now more than ever. But she's not getting on board.
No, she walks up to him and says, when you think she's going to be like, you know, give in, but she goes, I've always liked you in this tie, David. That's it.
It's a weird...
Strokes his tie and then fucks off.
Yeah. So then, David goes down. He starts his speech.
It's a decent long speech too.
It is. So I've really just...
Yeah, you've definitely condensed it. Yep.
So essentially what he does is he's implicating his donors, those rich guys that are all sitting around with Carl conspiring. So he implicates them all, cuts to Carl where he says, I'll take care of it. And one of the other donors says, it's too late, Carl. Like clearly he's telling all this stuff on TV right now.
Yeah. David says something like, when he starts, he's like, this could like ruin my reputation. But he's like, that's up to the voters. But it's currently like, it's almost 7 o'clock. Haven't they already voted?
That's a really good point.
Because I was like, it's fucking 7 o'clock at night almost. And you're trying to say like, oh, no, I'm almost about to vote. Nah, I'm not going to vote for him now. But it's fucking 7 o'clock. Don't they count the votes?
Yeah, that's a really... I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So David tells, during his speech, he says that he's handed this tape over because he talks about the tape and that he's handed it over to the Justice Department.
Yeah.
He also asked the press not to pester Nicole that she's been through enough.
She's not a source.
It's got nothing to... None of this part of it has got anything to do with her.
It's not about the rape. It's about the cover-up.
And then he gets all inspirational.
Did he?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what he says, but...
Literally just watched this like an hour ago.
Gives some inspirational speech and it goes over well. And I've got written here again, bowling ball. I love you, Dad.
Did you look at that video I sent you last time?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
Oh, for fuck's sake. There's this kid with this huge head.
Okay.
This little like kid, and he's got the head like the size, and it goes to all the comments. You know, you probably don't, you're not on there long enough.
No.
Yeah. I love you, son.
Yeah. It's a beautiful moment.
So now they're back to loving each other.
Yeah,
Even
I'm
though
sure next episode they'll be back to hating each other again.
bowling ball will be in chains. It'll be a chained up bowling ball.
Like on Mario Kart, one of those ones that go across on the chain. Ruff, ruff. One of these ones right here.
Yeah. Bing. Yeah.
All right, Jack. This is where we finally see that, yes, Redcap is in fact dead. They're
Like
zipping
you
him
said,
up.
yep.
He didn't survive. Mason is blaming Jack. Again, I've just got idiot. It's not Jack's fault, but he didn't have the sniper rifle. David calls Jack with... I didn't quite get this bit, but he calls Jack with information about Bob Gaines. No, Bob, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Bob. The guy,
in New Orleans.
Yeah, the agent that died got strangled by
NSA
taking
agent.
piss.
Yeah.
So he was trying to find the information from that missing file, and David.
That's what he called about.
David got some of it somehow, and then it happened to be that suburb, which you didn't write down.
The same one that.
That Jack. Then he finds out about this suburb where this, where he's got to go for where this power grid is located.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? Did you just say?" And then the suburb, but you're gonna have to fucking put up there because you didn't write it down.
Yeah.
So I can't say the suburb.
That doesn't matter. It's
crucial part.
It was a weird name. That's all I remember. It was an odd name,
which is something you'd write down.
Yeah, details. What you really need is bowling
ball.
Jack.
Jack's like, well, we got to fucking go there then. So he goes. He starts to head off, and Mason's like, "Gonna go with you, Jack."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why, because David gives the information about the suburb, and then Tony calls and gives the address, and it's the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't get the name. That's all.
Yeah.
Mason wants to go with Jack. The location is apparently, they put it into the map and it's coming up as a wildlife reserve. Yeah. And they say that multiple times. So I don't know if that's going to come back and actually mean something in the next episode. Jack, again, as he's on the apology run, apologizes to Mason for shooting him with a dart. He's feeling better now that he knows his family is safe. And it's like, that's the comment. Yeah, he's not like, mate, I've got Mason.
Yes, he is. They are safe, Jack.
Yeah. And this is around the time that, like we heard earlier, that Nina calls Mason and is trying to convince him to tell Jack. They arrive at the location, and it's a fenced off area.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
Yeah, so Jack jumps this, he's like, I don't have time, and just like jumps this fucking fence. And then they obviously wanted to put a bit of humour in, because then Mason's like, it's a fucking gate, and just like, it's like chained, but you can push it open enough that you just walk through.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head at Jack.
It's a classic scene.
Jack's ran off.
Yeah.
He's got the GPS tracker cranking.
So we find out that during this as well, I can't remember who he was talking to. Oh, no, that's right, because Mason wants to, he says to Jack about something like, so this attempted hit on Palmer was just a personal vendetta against you and Palmer for an old job.
Yeah.
So they're rehashing that a bit. And
bring
then,
up the mission or something.
So Jack tells Mason about who Drazen was. So apparently, so do you remember the name Slobodan Milosevic?
I don't remember the name, no.
Okay, so he was, I think he was a dictator. Anyway, he was... in
IRL?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Milosevic's right-hand man, Drazen was, and he was the one that organised all the ethnic cleansing in Kosovo and Bosnia.
Oh, okay. I didn't pick up on that. I just thought it was another character, and I was just like,
no.
It's that near the end of the fucking thing, and I'm like, I can't be fucking write this shit. Actually, I didn't write it down, but...
You wrote nothing.
When I was looking at it, it would be... I can't be fucking writing that down.
Yeah, but you want me to write down the suburb?
Yes. Yes, I fucking do.
Yeah, a bit of background on Drazen. And then they eventually stumble across the area that they're supposed to pinpoint, which is a power transformer, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
In the middle of the woods.
Well, you skipped a bit.
Okay.
Which I'm trying to remember because I just watched it. It was sort of funny because Jack's like, he doesn't believe that this is a wildlife park. Because he says at one point, he's like, there's no water, There's no wetlands. That means there's no birds. There's no animals.
Yeah.
And then they come across this transformer in the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah.
With a fresh lock on it.
Yeah.
He like looks at it. He's like, this is a fresh padlock.
You know what I think? Something underground. Like a secret
And then the helicopter
hideout
flies
or
over.
secret something or other.
Mm.
But I don't know how this is all going to tie in with Palmer and everything like that. It's very interesting.
Well, that's the end of the episode.
It is. Well, not
the
quite.
actual end of the episode because the helicopter flies over.
Yeah, the helicopter flies over. So they're standing there and helicopter flies
reckon
over.
they're
And
gonna
they say
get
something.
caught?
Well, they
They
say
say
something like, "Well, someone knows we're here" or something like that.
Yeah. Well, they know we're here now
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
So I was very keen to start the next. This is, this is one of the ones where I was like, oh, I wish I could binge it. The other ones
Yeah.
I've been okay. Like
You've
the
been
last
able to
few
hold
weeks,
back?
I've been able to like,
Yeah.
I'll wait till next week to watch these. But this one was like, I've got to watch the next episode now.
Oh, so you did?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm staying true to the format.
Well, you fucking go home tonight now. Watch it if you want.
I could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
But then I'd have to watch it again.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Do the triple watch. No, I got to do some editing.
Yeah, actually, that's why I get away with it because I do fuck all for the podcast.
No, you take the proper notes and keep the detail in.
Nothing beats bowling ball.
Yeah, well, it would have if it was just me reading it, we would have been fine.
Yeah, I would have. You would have been sitting there giggling. What are you talking about?
No, it's my notes. I would have been like,
Oh,
yeah,
that-
that's my cue.
Was that the end?
I think so. That last one of the three was probably my favourite, I reckon.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Although I obviously liked when
I liked the.
Tony came in and
Yeah, that was
took
good.
out Johan.
Yeah. And then, I did like the sting for Kim, the sting operation. That was like a whoa. I didn't actually see it coming. That there was a cop in there.
Yeah, all three were really good actually.
Yeah.
Looking back on them, it's so funny though. Like rolling in tonight, I was trying to just in my head remember what happened.
Yeah,
And it
that's
just
why I started
goes.
watching this episode.
And like we've talked about, we're sitting down and like taking notes and actually trying to really take in what's
Yeah.
going on way more than what I'll do with any other TV show.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I don't know if you're the same these days, and I feel like it's different from when we were younger watching TV, is I forget, like, which TV shows I've actually watched.
I'm hoping.
Because there's so
I
many
thought I
of
watched
them.
this. This is what I keep saying every episode.
Yeah.
I can't remember any of it.
Yeah, but I think that's because maybe you
Yeah, I came
you
in
started later.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll start to remember things once we get up to it. But yeah, my recall of TV, I think because there's so much TV to watch these days, and I don't even watch that much.
Yeah.
That it just
Well, I watch a
brain and straight out.
I don't watch a fair bit of TV. My wife and I, we sit down every night and watch TV shows. Actually, we're watching a good one right now called Adolescence.
Laura's watched
Have
that.
you watched it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's all done in one take.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
How long's the season?
Well, there's 4 episodes, 4 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Yeah.
I think they can do, like, obviously they're not going to record 4 hours all at once, but
No, they record like an hour episode. So apparently, we looked at behind the scenes and stuff,
yeah.
and they do like 20 takes. So
Wow.
they'll do the whole episode over and over again. It's like a
Hasn't got quite a young kid in it as well?
yeah, I think it's his first.
Well, a teenager, obviously.
Yeah, it's his first. I think it's his first
God, can
acting.
you imagine
trip.
trying to do that for your first job?
Yeah, and it's about this kid who like 13-year-old kid who kills some girl or something.
Because of like some online stuff that sort of radicalizes him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard about it, but
yeah.
I don't know. It seems I don't like heavy shit.
Oh, I'm sitting there going like, and I was stressed because when you think about it, when they have like they cut away, you have a bit of time to like, oh yeah, and they go to next person. But in this, like, if they're in the like police precinct, so even when they drive somewhere, it's one take.
Wow.
So it'll go from like one person, and then the next character will walk past, and then the camera will start following them.
Oh.
So you actually have to go on the walk with them to where they're going, to like an interview room.
Yeah,
or-
right.
yeah. It's actually, I was like more excited about that. Like and they do this one, and it's like the last episode I just watched, I think the second episode, this kid jumps out of a window in this school, and the cop goes chasing him, but the camera's got to follow him.
Oh,
and the camera actually goes through the window and like keeps going.
that's
and you're
cool.
like, and my wife said to me, she's like, remember it's one take. And I was like, how the fuck they do that? And then they even do a section where the camera's there and all of a sudden it's up in the air.
Yeah.
And then we looked at behind the scenes and it's
Massive rigs.
so there's a dude holding the camera and these two dudes come over, like walk behind him with the drone and they're clipping it to the camera as they go, and then then it takes off.
Oh, far out.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck.
That's cool.
Yeah, they did well.
So have you finished it?
No, I got 2 episodes to go. Yeah. I would have watched them tonight, but I had to do a podcast, so my wife's probably hating me right now.
That's right. She had a nice.
But yeah, anyway, that was a tangent. I was excited. That would have been a cool one to actually do a podcast on.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, good episodes, good beers. I'm very happy with that. I just
Like
finished
that beer?
mine. Yeah. Very nice.
That was a compliment to the chef.
Yeah. That's in some cultures that's considered a.
I say this every time when I burp at the table. And my wife's like, that's disgusting. I was like, that's a compliment in some cultures. She just looks at me like, you're a dickhead. I think she looks at me like that a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Until next week.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, you got it. Oh, hey, ready? Ding, ding.
Yeah, ding, ding.
Yeah, there we go. On screen.
Probably should do it at the start.
I got to make sure that I got to limit how many times I do that because it just makes the editing process easier to add these things in. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to start doing it from now more now.
And up on screen
is Keith, the bowling ball.
I'm putting a comparison of him and that Mario character. Cool. All right. We'll catch you next week.
Later.
Bye.